Adding just 2 millimeters of rim width can save you more watts than a new Aero frame. Yet 80% of cyclists get this specific ratio completely wrong. It's called the light bulb effect. When your tire is wider than your rim, airflow separates early, creating a low-pressure wake. It doesn't matter how deep your rim is. If the air detaches at the tire's sidewall, that expensive carbon profile is structurally useless against the wind. To force the air to reattach to the rim, we must obey the rule of 105. This engineering principle states the rim's external width must be at least 105% of the tire's measured width. If you run a 28 mm tire, you don't just need a 28 mm rim. You need nearly 30 mm to maintain the laminar flow. But here's the trap where most builds fail. A tire labeled 25 mm isn't actually 25 mm. On a modern 21 mm internal width rim, that tire balloons to 27 mm or more. Suddenly, your calculation breaks, and your aerodynamic advantage vanishes instantly. Wind tunnel data confirms the severity of this penalty. Comparing a flush rim-to-tire interface against a light bulb shape reveals a drag penalty of over 10 watts at high yaw angles. That is a greater loss than switching from deep section wheels back to box section aluminum training wheels. To fix this, you must size your rim to your inflated tire width, not the box label. The current engineering sweet spot? A 21 mm internal width paired with a 28 mm external width rim, running a nominal 25C tire. This creates the perfect toroidal shape for maximum velocity. Measure your actual tire width. Never trust the label.